Hey YouTube, Kenny coming at you today. We got another video. So this is going to be part 2 of the Tri-Z 250 build that we're doing. But before we get too deep into this, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell. Do all the YouTube stuff. Follow this video, share this video, like this video so it helps the algorithm grow and it helps the channel get better. So right back into the 85. I have so many projects. I have to be thinking what it is. The Tri-Z 250R. So we are working on it and we are getting things done. It's got a lot of powder coating done to it. It looks a whole lot different. We got a tire just sitting under the front. We're going to turn around and talk about what we got going on. You all did see the red frame one that I'm doing. I'm probably going to keep it for later on. It's going to be later on. But for right now, what we're going to do is just discuss what we're currently going to be working on. So the Tri-Z is a 3-wheeler. I've never had one, but I'm starting to put this one together, and it's not that challenging as far as after you've built a few Banshees, these things kind of go together well. And they're kind of in the same year. I think the Tri-Zs, this is 85. Banshee started in 87. Sorry, the Tri-Zs were 85, 86. Banshees were 87 through, depending on what year, 2010. So we're going to turn the camera around, take a look and see what I got going on here, discuss why I've done what I've done, and keep moving. All right, everyone. So hopefully in this video, I can be able to get some things understood. First, the frame was powder coated, as you all saw. Swing arm and everything is powder coated. It is an Acura silver and the Yamaha yellow. I did Cerakote the lower forks. So up front, we have the satin black. This is just dusty for our powder coating here. We're starting to put our electronics on, our plugs on. I'm going to rewire these plugs, I'm pretty sure, because this is just your standard engine kill switch, on and off and run, high, medium, low. So I'm going to, sorry if we didn't get that, on, off, run off, high, medium, low, well, off, low, and high. What I'm going to do is just switch that over to like a Banshee one and just get my plugs and stuff appropriate to how they should be. We have the front hub on there looking good. Daggone thing fell off and just got a scratch right there, but we're just going to run it. We have the brake rotor and everything vapor blasted, cleaned up on there. The boots on the front to cover up the forks. I did vapor blast the front rotor. The rear one is going to be vapor blasted as well. That in the mount, we have the hardware. Everything's on there. I'm just waiting on the pads. So once the pads go on, this will actually be able to be tightened down. And I am up here on the handlebars of my line. I'm waiting on my new window to come in the mail. Small parts that you notice you don't have once you start building. But the reservoir and everything seems to be working well. Zinc plated the hardware. Clutch levers all over here. All this is good. Front wheel is the golden ticket. Everything's golden ticket on here. So the gold is not your standard anodized looking gold. It is the golden ticket, which is going to make it pop a lot more with kind of keeping the same color code. The front tire was dry rotted, so I have a new one coming in the mail. So once I get that and then we get that tire on there, the wheel is going to go on, and then we'll officially have a roller. Starting to just run the electronics back through here. I need to figure out what was going on here with this. Got our mounts and our hardware as we're going through kind of in place. Got things where they should be. Reservoir. We got our rear master cylinder rebuilt. Zinc plate down here. We have it powder coated black. Skid plate black. Axle is a OEM black, which is super gloss shiny. Got our brake hub on there. All that's there, but in the mail right now, what we have is a new rear caliper, well, another rear caliper that I'm going to rebuild and clean it up. And then that's going to give us full brakes on the front and rear, and the front and the rear. And we're going to have, like I said, the master cylinder is going to be built. So the machine's going to be able to be rollable, and the front tire. These are the tires that I am going to run on it. They're not the meatiest, but they're not the baldest. So they still got some life in them, so we're going to run those. And like I said, these are those foot pegs that I had welded on there. Definitely a nice, solid mounting point. But over here in the floor, I have my OEM shock. It is pitted so that's trash. I have a Warrior one coming. I'm going to send it off, get the reservoir and everything cleaned up, see the best that we can get that looking, and hopefully have it back and no issues with that. I am going to measure out my bore here today, send off the top end hopefully in the next week or two to be able to have it bored and have good compression. At the same time, I'm probably going to use Todd Witz. Is it Witz? I'll put his name up here. I can't think off top. This is the bottom end from the other one that's already had some repair to it, but I'm going to have that repaired because that is the holder for the clutch cable. And once I get that repaired, I'll actually have this bottom end ready for my other machine. If I decide to build one later, I'll just need, you know, the side covers, the electronics, the top end, probably all this expensive stuff. Or if not, I'll have another set of cases in the bottom end that I'll sell. But yeah, that's about where we are currently with the Tri-Z. It is moving along. I like how it looks, for sure. I really like how it looks. Now, you all let me know in the comments, are there any power upgrades that you would do to it while you have it here? 90% sure I'm not going to do those upgrades. However, I do have another machine that I would like to be able to do those to. And if I already have in the comment section of things that people recommend, I'll go ahead and I'll just be ready to do those things later on. So that is one. Two, would you have done anything differently with these colors? Every time I get these older machines like this, I think that the golden ticket, that gold like that, makes the gold pop. I did it on my 99 Yamaha Banshee. This is the stock one right here that I did, and it looked great, and it was a hit. But I also did it on a custom 99 as well. That was more what I call like the Iron Man, you know. So the custom one, it's going to be a picture here, but also have a poster. It was the candy gold, the gold frame and all that. I mean, it was crazy nice too. So if you all would do anything different, let me know. If not, go ahead and let me know in the comment section that you like what I'm doing. And if you like what I'm doing, go ahead in the comment section. Tell me that you've shared this to a friend and you've liked it. And we're going to keep the channel growing, all right? Off to the next. What we'll be doing here in a bit is probably getting that piston and everything bored out, getting this bottom end taken apart, put in some boxes, and then we'll be closing this video up. So I went ahead and kept on getting things done. We got the motor sitting right here, finally. And I just decided to get my caliper tool out. And when you take a look at it, it gives me about 67-ish, 68. I'm saying 67, it's like a 67.9 or 67.92, so that's about 68 millimeter. So I need to figure out the size up. Get this, it's already off. Get this taken off completely. Send it out for bore. All right, everyone, it's been a little bit, but we are back with the Tri-Z. So what have we done? Not a whole bunch. We got a couple things completed. We got our top end back from Todd Witz. I think that's how you say it. If not, it's going to be right here. Witz Power Sports, Motorsports, something I got recommended from him. After I put it in this video, I will not keep pronouncing it wrong or saying it wrong. But I got put on him by my boy Jake. Jake told me about him. He's out there in the Wisconsin area. I have him boarded up to a, I want to say 68.5 millimeter bore and piston. We're going to look down here real quick. And, you know, that's looking good in there. Brand new. I went ahead and tightened all the cylinder and everything down. We're going to go ahead and put the head on. No spark plug yet. I'm going to close up the side cover just so I can kick it. That's the only way to get it kicked over. Or I can just go ahead and put the intake on and do a leak down test. I'll probably do that. first. Make sure we're not leaking anywhere before I close up this whole side, because we all know how that is. You close up the side and then it's a pain in the butt because you got to turn around, take everything back off to find out if the crank's leaking, if you have a leak. But we're moving along good. Everything, like I said, is just placed here. Nothing's really secured down. So we're going the correct direction with everything. Everything gets a little dusty out here in the shop. But hopefully once we get this all leaked down, tested and everything, I can be able to put my carburetor on. And it's going to be I want to say a 38 Kian is what I'm going to try out. Then I'm going to get my electronics hooked up and see if I got spark. So we're going to be doing that all here in a little bit. All right, we have the top end on the Tri-Z. Sorry. Hopefully the fan isn't too loud or anything. And we have some hissing here, but we're doing the leak down test. Just going to show you all what I got going. So basically, like I said, our seals, we sprayed them, make sure nothing leaked. We did have a little leak here in the beginning, but I put some Honda Bond on there. I think it's Honda Bond is what I have. Let me see. Yep, Honda Bond 4 on there, both sides of the gasket, and then tightened it up, no leaks. Had a small leak here, put the little clamps on there up to the, what is this called? This is the, their version of kind of like the boost bottle. But everything seals. We've been at about 10 minutes. And we started at 7 and we're fluctuating between 7 and 6.9. That's just things leveling out with pressure. So we're good to go. Now I can go ahead and close up the other side cover currently. Go ahead and get that on there. I can work on putting like the electronics for the stator and all that. Get a real spark plug once I run out today. And once we get a real spark plug and all that in there, she'll be ready to start kicking a little bit. I mean, yeah, we'll cut it back on once I get this other side on here. Yeah, I'm getting more excited. So I've tested a few things on here. We've moved along with the Tri-Z. Quick rundown of what we got done. We did go ahead and do the leak down test as I showed. It did maintain the 6.9, looked great. Then I went ahead and put the stator side cover on and the stator and the flywheel. All that stuff is OEM. It was a functional machine prior, so I assumed it all worked and it looked great. So we went ahead and put that on. That looks good. I am going to be running a 39 Kian carb on here. It's just what I have versus buying the Mikuni. Just I have it here, so 38, 36 maybe, something. I can't remember exactly what it is, so I'm going to be running that. I want to make sure the air box and everything fit. I'm pretty sure this is not an authentic carb, but that's just what I got here, so we're going to see how it runs. But take a look. We're going to flip it around and look up close to what we got. All right, so we got the BR80S plug in there looking great. We got our boot. We got the vapor blastic, all the mounting hardware, and we got everything on there nice and tight. All that stuff is good. We do have the sprocket and everything that I'm going to zinc plate and put that on. Then I'm going to run the chain back through here, tighten up the shifter and the chain guide back there. So the carbs here, got to run the vent line, run the fuel line down over here. I mean, I got a couple things that I still need to do. But overall, we got that motor in there installed. Everything looking good. I mean, freaking tons of compression. Yeah, it's got tons of compression. Yeah, that looks great. So, maybe tomorrow what I'm going to do, put some fuel in it, see if I can prime the fuel lines, get some, see if I can get it kicked over. I mean, I know it's got plenty of spark. It's got tons of spark. I put the CDI, everything works. Put the extra spark plug. I just had it hanging out, laying up here, and you can see spark jumping all over the place, so we're good there. I did go ahead and take off my front. I did really, really good with Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Doesn't look perfect, but looks good. Repainted that black, flat black down there. Looks good. Gonna put the headlights back in it. Not going to do anything super fancy. Just going to basically clean up the headlights that are here and run them. If I can get them to look a little bit decent. A little bit better than this, but I can do something custom with some LEDs, but I don't want to do that. I mean, I could. As soon as I do, everyone's going to tell me I'm copying off of Sabo's build, and you know there are some good things that he's done on there, and those headlights do look sweet that he did. So I might. How can you not like the idea? So I might go that route. Who knows? But biggest things I have left is if I can get this thing to fire tomorrow and get the fuel line primed and get to maybe be started well, I will then be ordering my radiators, and I have the OEM slip-on over there, OEM expansion chamber, and I have the slip-on back there that will get powder-coated black and everything and get those reinstalled looking good. I mean, we're getting to an area to where we're narrowing things down. Of course, oh shoot. Of course, I'm going to have to play with the jetting and figure out the jetting and all that. But I'm kind of excited. We're at a good place with this. Electronics are on, front brakes are on, tires are good, hubs are good, bearings and all that stuff changed. Everything's powder coated. I do have a rear master cylinder, which is the same as the front. I think I got that off I think it's a TTR 250 or 125 everyone recommends online. So I got one of those. Going to get that rear brake put on and get the brake system bled. I am going to get beefier foot pegs from Wicked Metal Design. I'm pretty sure that's who does them. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so we're moving along. We're moving along really good. I can't complain. I'm going to be ordering a seat cover and all that too. So, you know, we'll be figuring it out here in a bit. Depending on how long this video is, once I get this footage edited. If this is long, we're going to go ahead and end it here. And we'll finish everything up in the next video series that we got going. But we'll be figuring it out here in a little bit. If not, if it is long enough, we'll see you all in the next one. Enjoy the kind of content. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and you'll be able to see this Tri-Z finish up. And, you know, got some YZ. I got a bunch of other things that I always still need to be doing. Got Raptor motor all here and everything. Gotta love it.